Welcome to the Wild Planet HD channel. Our episode today is about a cat that brings the look of the wild right into our homes. The magnificent Bengal.
I mean, when you look at this incredible animal, you really have to wonder, are we looking at a leopard or a lap cat? Well, the answer is kind of both. That exotic look isn't an accident, you know. It's a direct line back to its wild roots, blurring the line between the jungle and your living room.
So what's the story here? First, let's unpack this whole hybrid heritage thing that makes the Bengal so captivating.
At its heart, the Bengal is a true hybrid. The whole idea was to deliberately cross a small wild cat, the Asian leopard cat, with domestic cats. The goal was pretty bold, right? They wanted to capture that wild, exotic look, but keep the gentle, friendly temperament of a house cat.
Now, how did this breed actually happen? I mean, this unique cat didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It has a really fascinating modern origin story that took it from just an idea to a global sensation.
So, the idea of a hybrid cat was floating around way back in 1889, but it was a breeder named Gene Mill in the 1960s who really got the ball rolling for the modern Bengal we know today. And let me tell you, it was a long haul. It took decades of hard work before the big cat associations like TICA finally gave them the official nod in 1986, with everyone else jumping on board in the 90s.
And what was the result of all that effort? A total explosion in popularity. Just look at this. In 1992, TICA had only 125 registered Bengal breeders. Fast forward to 2019, and that number jumped to nearly 2,500. It's pretty clear the world just fell head over heels for this little leopard cat.
All right, let's get to the feature that everyone notices first, that unbelievable wild-looking coat. It's pretty much the breed's calling card, and it's the most obvious connection to its wild ancestors.
And this is what really makes them stand out. Sure, other cats have spots, but the Bengal is the only one with rosettes. You know, those gorgeous two-tone spots with a dark outline and a lighter middle, just like a leopard or a jaguar. That's not just a pretty pattern, it's a direct inheritance from the Asian leopard cat's natural camouflage.
What's really cool, though, is that the breed actually has two main patterns. You've got the famous rosettes we just talked about, but then you have the marble pattern, which is just as stunning. Instead of spots, marble Bengals have these amazing flowing swirls of color. It was kind of a beautiful surprise that popped up from a recessive gene while they were developing the breed.
But owning a piece of the wild comes with some pretty unique responsibilities. It's not just about their crazy high energy and intelligence. There are also some specific health issues and even legal hurdles that you really need to know about before you even think about getting one.
Yes, so like a lot of purebreds, Bengals can be prone to certain genetic conditions. Three of the big ones are a serious heart condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, or HCM, progressive retinal atrophy, which can cause blindness, and pyruvate kinase deficiency, which messes with their red blood cells. This is exactly why finding a responsible breeder who screens for this stuff is absolutely non-negotiable.
And just to give you an idea of how serious this is, let's look at HCM again. One study found that the prevalence of this heart disease in Bengals was over 16%. That is a huge number, and it really drives home why screening breeding cats isn't just a good idea, it's completely essential for the health of the whole breed.
And it's not just their health you have to think about. Because they're a hybrid breed, you absolutely have to check your local laws. Major cities like New York and Seattle, and even whole states like Hawaii, have really strict rules or have just banned them completely. A lot of times, these rules are aimed at what they call early generation cats, the ones that are only a few generations away from their wild ancestors.
So after all that, the health checks, the legal hoops, what's the final word? Let's talk about why this breed is still such a unique and appealing companion.
In the end, what it really comes down to is this. The Bengal gives you this incredible blend of stunning, wild beauty and a sharp, super engaging domestic cat personality. These are not just pretty cats to look at. They are smart, active companions. And because of that unique heritage, they meet an owner who's ready to meet their needs for play, for mental stimulation, and for truly responsible care.
And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. Do hybrid breeds like the Bengal really represent the best of both worlds?
Or are they a walk on the wild side that brings up some bigger questions? As we keep creating these new kinds of pets, it's probably worth asking what that means for the future relationship between us and the animal kingdom. Our episode today has ended. Thank you for watching and see you in another video.